So, obviously, if you saw yesterday's videos, you saw I really couldn't play the game at all. So, I just tested a bunch of stuff. And I'm here to give you guys the most useful things that I found in yesterday's testing. Now, pretty much, and nothing is unchanged. I tested the range of, like, all the slow rate of fire SMGs, all the high rate of fire SMGs. Not so much the LMGs, because they're pretty dead right now. You can't use them while moving, and the spread they have is pretty insane. So, effectively, LMGs are dead to kind of forced into, kind of this Battlefield 5, I believe the game is, where the heavy machine guns, you couldn't just, like, move around and shoot with them. You have to, like, you have to have the bipod activated to use them. I think that's how they will have to be used in this game until they change the accuracy values. So, I have the two weapons right now that changed the most out of every other gun. That's the PVX and the Rex. Now, you saw, if you watch my channel, you saw my best sidearm in the game video. And unfortunately, this did not get any attachments at all, despite, you know, the... Okay, I'm off the tangent. I'm still a little mad about it. But what they did do, and this may be bugged, like the next thing I want to talk about, the PBX, but it can now one-shot
multiple troops over here, not
up to 49 meters. It couldn't do that before. I think it was 29 or 30 meters it can one-shot. Probably going to be that 76 headshot. So it gave it 24 meters of one-shot power, which effectively makes this like a 44 Magnum, not like a Rex. I mean, and that's cool, but you have no iron sights. I mean, you saw how long it took me to line up that shot. I mean, I guess you could get good at and learn where to shoot at. But in an actual scenario, obviously, I just did that. They were moving still, but you know, when people are moving and shooting, right, and jumping around and stuff, you know, good luck with that, right? And with no laser sight, it's also harder to shoot from the hip with great accuracy. So, very cool change. I'm just putting it out there. If you want to learn this weapon, if you want to learn where the iron sight placement is and really get good at it, this is the Magnum now, not the Deagle. The Deagle can't one-hit kill from, I think... Hold on, I guess I could just test it right now. It's shorter, actually. Wow. Was it 20 meters? 19 meters? Yeah. 19 meters, it can do one shot, while the Rex can one-shot you from 50. Well, 49.5, roughly. There's a little bit of... There's just no accurate kind of things in this game. And also, past 50 meters, you can't tell the distance. But I know for a fact, after 50, you can't one-hit kill. It's like 76 per headshot. 73 or 76. So that's the Rex. No red dot, no laser, but the one-hit kill range is increased by a lot. And the PBX. Now, the other versions of it, the standard and high-powered, they're not changed, right? They still 4-shot at the same distance, right? But what did change is the close combat rounds. Now, I never used these personally because you're giving up your 4-shot range for what is essentially a worse M5 with short barrel, or a worse AM40 pretty much, because it just 5 shots at 850 rounds per minute. Yeah, you get that SMG ADS speed, but I wouldn't really ruin my range just for something as stupid as that. But now, they may have buffed it, or it was unintentional, or something, I don't know. This wasn't in the patch notes, but this can now 4-tap, 28 damage per shot, right? That's incredibly strong. Incredibly strong. And how? What's the distance, right? So for standard, it's 10 meters, right?
I see a hostile fire team.
Right, you get in close. 11. Right? 9, 10 meters, right? You could force tap, right? High powered.
Multiple troops over here,
So,
not far
10,
from me.
9, right? 9 meters. Close combat rounds.
Spotted a hostile fire team.
4-tap. 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 Up to 19 meters. 10 extra meters of range. Plus a high rate of fire. This is bugged. 100%. If it's not, that's crazy. That's how fast someone gets dropped. It is lightning fast. It is crazy fast. So needless to say, This will be the gun I'll be using until this thing gets nerfed. Because it's an SMG too, so you get this laser right here. If you've noticed, my laser doesn't really move. If I zoom in the video, you might see some movement. But I can't really see movement for the hipfire. So pretty much, you get laser accuracy. Right? In hipfire, for topping people, up to 20 meters. This thing is now a top 3 weapon, and the thing about the PBX is that it's been slowly creeping into the meta. It's always been a decent SMG. You know, sometimes it could be a good one, but it's never been like an insanely good one, a great one. And now with this update, with close combat rounds, this thing is now a top 3 weapon in the game. Arguably the best weapon in the game. Because, let's see the headshot. Okay, just a 3-tap, right? SMG multipliers prevent that 2-tap, which, if you could imagine a 2-tapping SMG, that would have been insane. That would really have been insane. But this thing is now the best SMG in the game. Bar none. There's no better SMG in the game than the PBX close combat rounds right now. And if you want to know what to run, I would run this. That would be my personal recommendation. Rap suppressor is definitely a thing to keep in the back. I would not run around with it because it's an SMG. You see me run around with it on my AM40. That's an AR, so it has a higher base bullet velocity. So when you hurt it, it still has a bit of base velocity to work with. With SMG, you're hurting it a little too much, in my opinion. Again, I've yet to get into a game because I always get the persistent load error. But as soon as I can, I will let you guys know how that goes. I played with it in the bot mode, and it shreds versus bots. But I can kind of see the TTK and know how it would be. You know, how people react to it. Yeah, definitely PBX. Watch out for this gun. If you want a new gun to use, this is definitely the one. This is going to be frying you. So if you're wondering why is there a bunch of PBXs, this is why. There's nothing else of note. Once they changed an AR, I didn't test the ARs because why would they change them? But then again, why did they change this? So maybe there's an AR that I missed that it's worth looking at. But I doubt it's going to be better than this gun. I really do. Unless they made something stupid, like what they did with the AK back in the day. It gave it like a 75-meter 4-shot range. Nothing's gonna beat this gun. It kills way too quickly, way too consistently. And then the Rex, you know, does its thing. I'm probably not gonna use the Rex. Full disclosure, I'm probably not gonna use it. I was really betting on that red dot, but I'm probably not gonna use the Rex. I'm probably gonna use something like the M1911. The recoil got changed in a way, or I guess the visual recoil, I should say, got changed in a way that is actually usable. So 3-hit kill, pretty good hip fire. So probably what I'm going to be using in the future. All right, have to boot up the game again because I didn't forget, but I was only counting the weapons that were changed. There are weapons that are unchanged that are now meta. Or I guess would be in the conversation to be meta. And the first one is this VCAR right here. Standard rounds, well, close combat rounds, but it's the one you start out with. And shortened barrel. You can shoot it extremely fast. One headshot, one body shot kills in 2 shots. Or it's a really quick 3-tap. So definitely remember this gun, the M39 EMR. Very good gun. 300 rounds per minute. Bunch of 2-taps. Double body shot. Not my cup of tea because it's slower to fire. And the TTK is just a tiny bit faster. I think it's like 0.3? No, not 0.3, but like 3 milliseconds faster than the VCAR, I think. I think it's like 200 milliseconds. VCAR is like 203 point whatever. Very similar. Obviously, this has a bigger chance to fail you because if you miss a shot, that third shot's gonna cost you your TTK a little bit. But definitely in the conversation. Oh, before I leave, you want to run this laser sight right here. I don't really use this gun, but you definitely want to put the laser sight. BSV-M is also in the conversation. Really fast 3-tap. Fully automatic, so there's no tapping involved. You just hold down the trigger and fire. The spread is kind of crazy for this gun. Well, not crazy, but they didn't increase it. in an update a while back to nerf the insanity this gun is. I would recommend this, that, or the stubby grip, or BCG light grip, I should say. That's up to personal preference, in my opinion, so if you prefer the BCG light grip, then you can choose that one. But yeah, in the conversation as well. Finally, a little biased here, obviously you watch my videos, you see I've been using this gun a ton, is the AM40. 4 shots up to like 9-10 meters, 850 rounds per minute, it's an AR. When the PBX eventually gets nerfed, this thing will be back on the menu. Insanely good, insanely quick killing. Also, can 2-tap, which the PBX can't. So, it could beat a PBX, technically. So definitely, remember those guns. Those are all in conversation for the meta. I probably forgot some, or I just don't agree with some. Like, for example, the DM7 and the SPK. It'd be for a slower playstyle, sure. But if you're being aggressive, going in, getting the action, those guns are a little less reliable, and they're just better options. Like, the SVK is just beat out by the M39 EMR, and the DM7 just beat out by the VCAR, in my personal opinion. So there's no really need to use those two guns. AM40 good, PBX good, GP7's really good. If you could aim and can deal with having a sidearm, I feel like the M44 AM40 would be a good combo, because the AM40 just has a really good reload speed, so it doesn't need a sidearm as much. So definitely that combo could be good, but this is on the lower end. This is a cheeky sidearm to use. So maybe not meta, but definitely like a strong off-meta pick. M1911 is really good. The Eagle is kinda good, and the Rex for precision sidearm is really good. So yeah, that's my video. Now I actually cut it off before. Continue it now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.